And we back. Do-Rag Kenny is here because I just got my hair rebraided and I want to premiere it in tomorrow's video. Unless you follow me on Instagram, you already saw it. But regardless, Do-Rag Kenny is here, and today we're continuing the video we did last week where I reset the NBA from 2002. But now we're in 2006, 2007. So we're actually in 2007, 2008. I just said the wrong thing. Continue though. And the NBA looks a lot different than me and you know around that time. So let's do a quick synopsis of what you missed. We started in 2002, 2003. LeBron James drafted to the Utah Jazz. They proceeded to go to 2 NBA championships where they lost both. So LeBron James starting off his NBA career as far as his finals appearances and his finals record 0-2. But that's like the major thing. Tim Duncan doesn't play for the Spurs anymore. They didn't re-sign him. T-Mac is still in Orlando, and he's playing alongside Tim Duncan, 2 of the best players in the league playing alongside each other. I'm pretty sure the Toronto Raptors won a championship because they picked up somebody. Who did the Toronto Raptors pick up that made them so good that they won a championship? I think it was like, actually, we could just go see Toronto Raptors. Vince Carter and Kevin Garnett won a championship together. So we're in 2006, 2007, which means that we're in the draft class of Derrick Rose, Russell Westbrook, K Love, Brooke Lopez, Michael Beasley, Gallinari, Eric Gordon, DJ Augustine. We got so many good NBA players about to come into the league right now, but it's really a tank for their first overall pick. Some people may take Derrick Rose, some people might take Russell Westbrook. So it's really determined. I guess we got to see who wins it all or loses it all, really. So we were controlling the Chicago Bulls in the last video. They actually went to the championship and they won it in 2020, which is technically would be the 2005-2006 season. So they won it last year. And they have Tyson Chandler, Michael Redd. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go through every team. And so we start off here with Allen Iverson. He's still in Philly. He's 32 years old now. He actually re-signed there for a couple more years. They have a young Paul Millsap in the ranks, and they got Samuel Dalembert, who looks like Marquise Chris. But the pictures don't match up for you newer guys. Some of the pictures don't look like the real players. Don't mind that. It's literally just a picture. All right. So next, we got the Milwaukee Bucks, who did have Ray Allen, but he did not resign because they had no help for him. And the year that they get some help in Antonio McDyess, he leaves to go to a different team. But they have Brandon Roy here, and he's only at 82, but this team's not very good. Then you got my Chicago Bulls that I said we were controlling. Then the Cavs have Ricky Davis, Big Z. They don't have LeBron. They never drafted LeBron, so their team is not very good. Marcus Peterson, Rick Marshall, who's just a generated player with Rajon Rondo. Then we have the Celtics, who never made that trade for Kevin Garnett. So it's just Paul Pierce right now and some generated people. Antoine Walker is still there, though. Then we got the Clips, who have Marcus Camby. Again, they're not going to make that trade for Chris Paul, so they're not going to get Blake Griffin. They're not going to get DeAndre Jordan. It's just we're in a different reality when it comes to the NBA. But I'm going to try to go through this a little bit fast. The Grizzlies have a young Kevin Durant who was just drafted with Pau Gasol. Then the Hawks have Luol Deng, who, originally was a Bull. The Heat have Steve Nash. They have Steve Nash, who's 33 years old, along with Al Jefferson, who at 22 years old is now up to a 91. So he's better than the Al Jefferson we saw in real life, even though the one we saw in real life did make a All-Star game or two. Then we got the Charlotte Hornets with Emeka Okafor, Jared Wallace, not a very good team. The Hornets have Baron Davis, Jamal McGlure. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Utah Jazz, like I said, they have LeBron. They also have Jason Kidd, but he's 34 years old, which means that he'll probably retire in the next couple years. Quentin Richardson and Emeka Okafor. The Kings still have Peja, Mike Bibby, C. Webb, but they're all older now. And now they have Hedo Turkoglu. But this team is good. In real life, this team got to an NBA conference finals. Probably should have made it to the champion. And then we had Dwayne Wade being drafted to New York, and then they drafted Chris Paul the next year. So they got like this two-headed backcourt that's crazy. Then they signed AK-47. So the Knicks are on the come up, 22 years old, 25, 26. They looking good for the future. Kobe and Shaq are still together. They never made that trade to send Shaq into Miami, at least not yet. Who knows? They didn't even make the playoffs last year, so maybe they will trade one of their guys. And then I showed y'all this Magic team. Dirk is still, of course, with the Mavericks. He probably will never leave, but he is on the last year of his contract, so maybe he do. Then we got No Chill Gill alongside with him with Danny Granger, Kevin Martin. The team is pretty solid. Then you got Kenyon Martin still with the Nets, Richard Jefferson, The Nuggets have Jermaine O'Neal, Carmelo Anthony, who's drafted there. So that happened in real life, and then it happened in this game too. Mike Miller, Nene is there in real life. Oh, well, not there in real life, but he did play there in real life alongside Melo for a little bit. Sean Marion, Dwight Howard, Deshaun Stevenson, and Al Harrington are on the Pacers. A young Dwight Howard, 22 years old. Then Chauncey is still in Detroit, along with Ron Artest, Ben Wallace, James Posey. Y'all remember the Malice of the Palace? Well, yeah, it's like he's now on part of the Detroit Pistons, so it's a little bit weird. I showed y'all that Raptors team. The Rockets have Ray Allen, Yao Ming, Steve Francis, so that team is very good. Tony Parker still on the Spurs. They now have Rashard Lewis. Manu is still there with the hair. Corey Maggette. The Suns have Amari Stoudemire, Stephon Marbury, Joe Johnson, and Barbosa. The Supersonics are still a team. I'm not even going to move them. I'm not sending them to OKC. They will stay the Supersonics. They got Rip Hamilton, Vladimir Radmanovic, who's a 90 overall now. The Timberwolves have Wally Zerviak and Rudy Gay. Trailblazers have Elton Brand, Zach Randolph, and Rasheed Wallace. The Warriors have Antoine Jameson and Jason Richardson. And then the Wizards have Larry Hughes, Brendan Hayward. All right, so that's the whole NBA roster across the league. So I'm going to simulate to the end of the season, see who wins the championship, see who drafts Derrick Rose, who ends up with Russell Westbrook, and so on. I'll be back. LeBron won MVP, and it's always going to be weird to see him in that jersey, for sure. Sixth man went to David West. Defense player of the year went to Tim Duncan. Most improved went to Kyle Lowry, who's a part of the Nets. Coach of the year went to Mike Budenholzer, who's in Detroit for some reason. All right, so let's see who wins the championship. LeBron and them are the 1 seed. Take a look around the league, who led the league in scoring. I know LeBron won MVP, but he did not lead the league in scoring. Kevin Durant did. And I think Kevin Durant is in his first season. Yep. Rookie Kevin Durant came in and led the league in scoring. So, that's different. Did they make the playoffs? They're the 7th seed too. So Kevin Durant could come in and be like, hey, this is my league now. LeBron, you won the MVP because your team is the 1 seed. But watch when Memphis get some hoopers. And they up 3-1 against the almighty Lakers with Shaq and Kobe. And they beat Shaq and Kobe in the first round. So I don't know who else is on the Memphis Grizzlies team besides Kevin Durant. But I mean, KD came into the league and he put it on notice. He put the league on notice, made it to the second round, and then they got eliminated by the Houston Rockets. LeBron and company are back in the Western Conference Finals. So you know what happens in real life when LeBron goes on these crazy streaks of 8 straight years in the finals? Well, that didn't happen because he got swept by the Houston Rockets, who, of course, have Yao Ming, Ray Allen. This team is stacked. Are they going to win a championship? And they do. Finals MVP goes to Steve Francis, 31 years old. So on the mock draft, they have Derrick Rose going first to the Cavs. We still haven't done the lottery just yet. They got Kevin Love at 2 and Russell Westbrook at 3. So Russell Westbrook ends up with as the 3rd overall pick. Somebody got a steal. That's all I'm saying. If he lasts all the way to 3, that's a steal. Derrick Rose is either going to Boston, New York, or Dallas. Wow, Derrick Rose is going to rep the green potentially? Like, man, I remember his first year in the NBA, he led the Bulls to the playoffs, and I'm pretty sure we went against Boston in that first round, and we took them to seven games, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's how it went. And now he may potentially play for them. Drafted now, Boston Celtics select Derrick Rose out of Memphis. That is going to be super, super weird. See, they didn't draft Rondo. So that team, again, of KG, Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, and Rondo will never exist. It's going to be Derrick Rose and Paul Pierce in Boston. And then Russell Westbrook is going to New York. But they already have Chris Paul and Dwayne Wade. So what are they going to do with their guard situation? It's not like Dwayne Wade can run small forward. He's like 6'4". I don't know what they're going to do with that situation. The 3rd overall pick will be Kevin Love, I'm guessing. It is Kevin Love. He's going to play in Dallas. I'm going to go to the 5th overall pick, and then I'm going to simulate the rest. The 4th pick, I know we got DeAndre Jordan down there. We still got some hoopers. So who's going to Cleveland? Jesse Barber. One of the generated people gets drafted over some people we know, which is whack 2K. Again, all these draft classes I load in were officially made by 2K. So if you got a problem with it, it ain't us over here. It's 2K's fault. And the 5th overall pick will be Brook Lopez. He goes to the Clips. All right, let's see who else gets drafted here. Eric Gordon goes to the Nets. The Bucks get DeAndre Jordan at 8, which is a great pickup. At 9, we got Michael Beasley. DJ Augustin goes 12. Gallinari goes 13 to the Knicks. That's where he started his career in real life too. So, I mean, that's cool. That's realistic. But so they got Russell Westbrook and Gallinari in the same draft. That's pretty clutch. But again, their guard situation is very, very weird. Serge is going to go play with Allen Iverson. Jared Bayless is going to the Bulls. Who else? George Hill is going to the Warriors. And Goran Dragic, 69 overall, goes 29th. He still got some badges, though. I'm guessing his potential is going to be pretty high. So that's good. JaVale McGee goes to the Lakers, almost undrafted. Kosta Koufis goes as a 60th overall pick. Bahamute is there. Brandon Rush. What? Nick Batum goes in the second round. All right, that's enough, though. Ryan Anderson, too. Okay, so free agency. I don't know who the top dogs of free agency is this year. I'm hoping that we got some people on the move, though. I hate to see people just keep re-signing. So we got Al Jefferson has 13 offers. Luol Deng has 8 offers, 6 offers for Jameer Nelson. Jamal Crawford don't got no offers, but let's see who signs where. We don't have any super big name guys on the market right now, but, you know, those are some okay names that can help a team. T-Mac stays with the Magic. Tim Duncan stays with the Magic. Paul Pierce stays with the C's. Dirk stays with the Mavs. But who's the first person on the move? Al Jefferson goes to Toronto. Mike Bibby stays. Chauncey Billups stays. A lot of these guys have like some high loyalty, which is okay. But I would love to just see guys moving across the league just to make it a little bit more fun. But it is what it is. I can't complain. I cannot complain at all. All right, so the next draft class is the 2008 draft. And in my mind, I don't really know who's there. I mixed up my years. We're actually in 2009 now. 2008 was, of course, Derrick Rose, Russell Westbrook. But 2009 has Blake Griffin, Stephen Curry, Ricky Rubio, Tyreek Evans, Jeff Teague. James Harden is the 6th overall player here. All right, whoever drafts James Harden at 6, stay in for a good surprise because he's going to end up being great. Drew Holiday, DeMar DeRozan. This draft class is pretty good. It's pretty good. Pat Bev is down there as well. So it's going to be nice to see how things pan out. I wonder who's the top free agents this draft class. Oh, we got Kobe being a free agent. The Lakers just lost in the first round last year. I don't know what his loyalty on. I'm guessing it's at 100 because it's Kobe. But he's a free agent. Who knows? Allen Iverson is a free agent. Let AI walk. I'm sorry, Philly. But, like, y'all not giving him the help he needs. So I want to see him walk. Ray Allen's a free agent. Jermaine O'Neal. Powell. Chris Paul, but he's on his rookie contract. Speaking of Chris Paul, I want to take a look at how they're going to do their rotation. So let me go to Team Intel. We're going to go all the way over to the Knicks. So they got Chris Paul starting. Dwayne Wade. So they're going to have Russell Westbrook come off the bench, but he is a rookie, so that's fine. Their team is looking pretty solid, though. Jesus Christ. If Russell Westbrook is your backup point guard, you're doing a great job. So they also have J.J. Redick, Raja Bell. This team, they were just in the lottery 3 years in a row. That's how they got Chris Paul, Dwayne Wade, and Russell Westbrook. They better make the playoffs now. Their power forward position is trash. But, like, realistically speaking, you can have Ralph Sweetney at the small forward, AK-47 at the power forward, and then Brad Miller at the center. Or you got Metal Okura at this power forward. I'm going to do them a favor and make Metal Okura a power forward, man, because he can run that position. And I want it to be as realistic as possible. I don't want them starting a 70 overall player. That's just not how it's going to work. So Metal Okura is probably going to start for them now. But the next goal is to see. Oh, the Knicks are the number 1 team in the power rankings according to NBA.com. And then they drop all the way down according to 2K. So I don't know. We're going to simulate the season, though. Again, 2009 draft class. See who gets drafted first, where they end up going, who wins the championship. If you ask me, this is a big-time trade. The Spurs are trading Manu Ginobili for Chris Webber. Manu Ginobili, Jalen Rose for Chris Webber, and Troy Murphy. I got trade acceptance on because I want to see every trade that goes on in the league. And boom, that's a big one. The Spurs are getting rid of the guy we know that's been his entire career there. And they're getting back C-Web, who I think is like 31, 32 right now. So I guess without Tim Duncan, the team is just looking different, so they trying to go different directions. LeBron wins back-to-back MVPs. Sixth man goes to Zach Randolph. Defense player of the year went to Tim Duncan again. Most improved went to Clifton Cohen's. And coach of the year went to Henry Moran. All right. All NBA first team. Baron Davis makes it. Gilbert Arenas makes it. So we're living in a world where Gilbert Arenas don't have some injuries and get in trouble. Pau Gasol, first team All-NBA too. He's a free agent this year. Somebody better scoop him up, or he might stay in Memphis. Who knows? Derrick Rose is second team All-NBA in his rookie season. Rookie D. Rose said, I'm going to average 26.5 and 8. And as you know, we're playing in the fantasy world with those numbers as a rookie. But wow, Tony Parker, second team All-NBA as well. And Vladimir Radmanovic, third team All-NBA. He was never that good, 2K. He was never that good, but okay. Let's see who led the league in scoring. League leaders here. Kevin Durant again for the second year in a row. Then right behind him is LeBron James, who ended up winning the MVP. D. Rose, AI, Carmelo. Yeah. The Utah Jazz that have been the 3 seed. The 1 seed was the Denver Nuggets. That's the Carmelo team. But who else is on that team with Carmelo that made them the 1 seed? Jermaine O'Neal, Mike Miller, Nene. Yeah, that team is pretty solid. And then we were the 1 seed out east. And I say we, but y'all know I'm not actually controlling this team. And it's with Tyson Chandler, who's like an all-NBA type player. Michael Redd. And that's pretty much it. So let's see who wins the championship. Y'all know I don't really care who wins, but it's just always interesting to see which players can lead their team to a championship according to 2K. Or what GMs built the perfect roster according to 2K. So let's see who gets out of the first round here. The Lakers get out of the first round for the first time in this video. They've either not made the playoffs or been swept. Not just this video, but the last video too. So they end up getting swept in the second round, it looks like. Cool. And then the Spurs, after trading Manu Ginobili, are in the Western Conference Finals. My Bulls get eliminated, but I do not care. Spurs versus Melo. Let's see who comes out on top. That Spurs trade potentially get them in the finals. It did, going against the Charlotte Hornets. All right, let's take a look at that Spurs team after the trade, because I don't even know who else is there. Because I know they have Tony Parker because he just made All-NBA second team, right? So Rashad Lewis, Tony Parker, Corey Maggette, Chris Webber, Troy Murphy. Yeah, this team is actually really, really good. I can understand why they're here. And then we go to the Hornets. Other team in the finals. Let's see who's there. I don't think the Hornets have a championship in their team history. So this will be a big moment for them. Charlotte Hornets have Emeka Okafor. This team's not very good. All right. I feel like I know who's going to win. Feels like a Spursy year. 2-0, 3-1, and 4-1. 4-1 Spurs. Tony Parker wins finals MVP. So trading Manu Ginobili was the best thing that could have happened to them, which is weird. Jalen Rose retires. Nick Van Exel retires. Any other big name? Juwan Howard retires. But that's pretty much it. Draft lottery, baby. Let's see who ends up getting the first overall pick. Who end up with Steph Curry probably. It could be the Clippers. And it will be the Clippers, and then the 76ers, then the Mavericks again, and the lottery. But I really don't know who's going to be selected first. Will it be James Harden? Will it be Stephen Curry? Will it be Blake Griffin? Like, this draft class got some hitters. So the first overall pick, the Clippers, if they end up with Blake Griffin, they took James Harden number 1. They took James Harden number 1 over Steph Curry, over Blake Griffin, over Tyreek Evans, too. I mean, Tyreek was a hooper back in the day, especially that rookie season, man. Now, will the 76ers end up with Stephen Curry? Stephen Curry and Allen Iverson. Oh, but AI isn't a free agent this year, so he may not even resign. But regardless, Stephen Curry is going to Philly out of all places with the 3rd overall pick. Blake Griffin is going to play alongside Dirk. I guess we can move Dirk over to the center position. That's nice. I mean, we did have years where Dirk was running center, so it's pretty normal. Now the Phoenix Suns, who have an old Steve Nash, who are they going to draft? A young Ricky Rubio to fill his spot. I mean, they both play making first point guards, right? Steve Nash teach him everything he knows, then boom, Ricky Rubio lives up to the potential he had in real life. And then the Supersonics are going to end up with DeMar DeRozan. So those are the top 5 picks. We simulate the rest and see who goes where. with the 6th overall pick, Tyreek Evans went to the Timberwolves. Jrue Holiday went to the Knicks. The Knicks are just piling up on guards. What are they doing? And they didn't even make the playoffs again. With Chris Paul, Russell Westbrook, Dwayne Wade. Who else they had? Meta Okoro and Brad Miller. That team did not make the playoffs. Wow. And now they're bringing in Jrue Holiday, another young point guard. Jeff Teague went to the Pacers. Okay, that makes sense to me. Brandon Jennings goes to the Trailblazers. Ty Lawson is back in the league. Any other like sleeper guys? Danny Green goes to the Lakers. Wade Ellington. Come on, man. Where's that sleeper guy from the second round? Who is there? Anybody here? Unless you, Jonas Jerebko, Jody Meeks, Pat Bev goes to the Supersonics. But that's pretty much it for the draft. Now free agency. I think it's going to get a little testy. Let's see who goes where. We're going to simulate a couple days into it. We're going to go to like day 5, day 6, day 7 or something. Day 6. All right. Allen Iverson stays. Stephen Curry and Allen Iverson are on the same team. The Raptors signed Kevin Garnett. Wait, did they already have KG? I think they already had KG. I think he just re-signed, right? Yeah, he's been there. Okay. Ray Allen stays with the Rockets. Chris Paul, of course, signs his rookie extension. The Trailblazers pick up Elton Brand, but he's been there. So it seems like a lot of people are just staying with their teams, man. Nobody's trying to jump ship and go somewhere else. I mean, that's fine. I'm not going to complain. But again, I would like to see people move around. The Bulls pick up on AK-47. So that's different. That's new. But other than that, everybody's just staying where they were. Zach Randolph ends up in Memphis. So that's like real. Steve Nash stayed in Miami. Manu Ginobili, after the trade, said he's staying in Sacramento, so he resides there. But that's pretty much it, man. A lot of people are high overalls because in 2K, it's like everybody has great potential in 2K, man. What can I say? Everybody has great potential. So, like, some of these teams are going to end up with a couple 94, 95 overalls. But let me load in the 2009 draft. I think we're going to go until 2011, 2012 in this video. And then we'll go 2012 to 2018 in next video. Not next video, but next time we do this. So here's a 2010 draft class. It has Paul George, John Wall, DeMarcus Cousins, Hassan Whiteside as like the top guys that you would know. But before we get into simulating this season, I want to take a look around the league one more time and see player progression pretty much. So Steph Curry's going to come in and immediately be the starting point guard on this team. So hopefully that's enough for AI because, again, he's been struggling to make the playoffs by himself. But they got Serge Ibaka, who is upset with his role or something because his overall's down. They got young Stephen Curry again and a young Paul Millsap. So this team should be decent soon. The Bucks have Marc Gasol, but that's pretty much it. They picked up a young DeAndre Jordan. Our Bulls just picked up AK-47. They got Michael Redd still. The Cleveland Cavaliers have Rajon Rondo, who's now an 88. Paul Pierce, Derrick Rose is now a 90 overall in his second season. Kind of just look at Greg Oden is in the league. He is an 84. Then we got the Grizzlies. 21-year-old Kevin Durant is a 93 overall. They still have Pau Gasol, and they picked up Zach Randolph. So this team should be fighting for some stuff soon. Jason Kidd is getting old, so his overall is dropping. He's now an 89. So LeBron is a 99, but like the rest of his team is okay. But compared to some of the other teams in the league, it's not very great. And then we got this Knicks team. They need to 100% make a decision on Chris Paul or Russell Westbrook. Both of them are going to have crazy trade value, but they cannot have both. They need to be out there trying to make some moves, but I doubt they will. If we go over to their team, it says that they are contending. Russell Westbrook is coming off the bench, man. I know he's only 20, but he's an 87 overall right now, so he should not be coming off the bench, but he is. And I think we're going to get to simulating some games. That's a big-time trade. The 76ers are picking up a starting small forward in Luol Deng, and now it's going to be Stephen Curry, Allen Iverson, Luol Deng. They needed some defense. They got those two small guards, and now they got a long wing defender to get on their team. That's a W for trade if you ask me, but we'll see if it pays off, if they make the playoffs or not. Baron Davis wins MVP. Huh. See something new every day. Larry Hughes wins 6-man. Defense player of the year goes to Tim Duncan. That's like his 19,000th one. He just wins it every single year. It's like this. He's got 8 All-Star appearances as of right now. 7 defensive player of the year. He has won defensive player of the year for the last 7 years. Literally 7 years in the row of defensive player of the year for Tim Duncan. What the heck is going on? 8-time All-Star too. Russell Westbrook wins most improved. He's coming off the bench. And then that guy wins coach of the year of the Warriors. All right. Let's see. What do we have here? Radmanovich is still making all NBA teams and stuff. I don't know what is going on. That's not what he does, 2K. That's not what Vlad does. But I guess it's okay. The Knicks did not make the playoffs again. Part of me wants to go to the Knicks and make the trades for them. I feel so bad for them just being there. But what teams did make the playoffs and what teams didn't? I think I need to start doing that. What teams, didn't make it. This team didn't deserve to make it. They're not a very good team. This team, not a very good team. I'm looking for a good team that didn't make it. Like this Knicks team. Dwayne Wade is almost a perfect overall. Chris Paul's a 95. How are we not making the playoffs, dude? How are we not making the playoffs? Russ Westbrook is a 90 right now. How are we not making the playoffs? I don't understand. Does your coach suck? I feel like I'm part of the team or one of the fans of the team. You got a perfect coach. How are we not making the playoffs, New York? Anyway, the Cavs still suck. Out west, the Clippers were god-awful. James Harden averaged 16 his rookie season. He got Lamar Odom, Josh Smith, and Greg Oden. It sounds good, but apparently not. They won 19 games. That's terrible. The Spurs went from winning the championship to not making the playoffs real quick one season. And the Lakers made it. But Shaq and Kobe. Shaq is almost 40. He may be retiring after this season. So, look for his name in the Raptors. George Hill was just drafted this year. He's the number 1 seed with Jason Richardson, Antoine Jameson, Carlos Booz, and Zaza Pachulia. This is the best team in the league. They have a 93 overall player coming off their bench. So, again, 2K just makes everybody very good. They have a 93 overall 6-man. That's like Manu level. You feel me? That may be better than Manu level. I don't know if Manu was ever a 93 in 2K. Ever. And that team makes it out of the first round. The Lakers beat the Houston Rockets as a 7th seed. This is the one last dance for Shaq. And can they make it to the Western Conference Finals? They do. Oh, my God. The Bulls have been eliminated. I don't care. Can the Lakers win a championship? They're up 1-0. Come on, man. That's 2. That's 3. They need one more game, and then they're in the finals. Gets that Hornets team. Oh, they blew it 3-1. No. Shaq. We need more than 2 points from you. Kobe did what he could. This is a new reality because Kobe has 0 rings right now. That could have been the first. He's going against this Hornets team who made it last year that surprised us, and they come in and they lose again. Where's LeBron? LeBron didn't even make the playoffs this season. Hold on. That's the story we need to talk about. LeBron didn't make the playoffs. They were the 9 seed. But Jason Kidd, they got Quentin Richardson, who's a 90. They got this dude, Stanislav Medvedinko. I don't know. They didn't make the playoffs, though. All right. Is Shaq retiring? Yep. Shaq calls it a career. Round of applause for Shaq and Jason Kidd. Daniel Marshall. Rasheed Wallace. Thaddeus Young. Kerry Kittles retired. Shaq and Jason Kidd retire. So now, are they going to the Hall of Fame? Hall of Fame inductees. They both. They said Jason Kidd ain't making the Hall of Fame. All right, now who's gonna end up with? I forget who the best player in this draft is. If the Knicks end up with a top 3 pick again, I'm personally gonna take over the team and make the moves they need to make the playoffs. New York fans, I'm here for you. I'm here for you. Who's the top guy in this draft class again? Oh my God, Paul George. They better take Paul George. They could use that, but like they could really use like a Boogie, to be honest with you. But we'll see what they do. They draft a lot of guards. Something tells me they may draft a guard again. First overall pick, the New York Knicks select. Imagine being in the lottery 7 years in a row. They took Boogie's beard. He was ready to be the first overall pick. Y'all see the glitch? So they took Boogie. They needed a center. They didn't need another guard or a wing. So they took Boogie. I respect it. I would have traded down for it to happen, but they got their guy. John Wall ends up with the second overall pick, and he goes to Orlando. Don't remember who's in Orlando. Tim Duncan's in Orlando. Tim Duncan is in Orlando. So there's that. And I think T-Mac is in Orlando too. How do they end up with the second overall pick? They must be getting old and their overall is dropping. Some random guy from Nigeria goes third overall. Ekpe Uwawa. Shout out to him. Third overall pick. He goes to the Pacers. Fourth overall pick. James Harden's teammate is going to be Paul George. Don't sleep, that team. Give him a couple years. That Clippers team will be something. James Harden and Paul George. And Greg Oden, if you care. Fifth overall pick is Hassan Whiteside, and that is all I'm going to sit through. We're going to go to the end of the draft and see if there's any other players drafted later that we care about. Derek Favors goes to the Wiz. Avery Bradley goes to the Grizzlies, which is where he's playing in real life now. Ekpe Udoh goes to the Supersonics. Eric Bledsoe goes to the Nets. Second round. Cole Aldridge, okay. In that draft class. Luke Babbitt. Who's this? Oh, Rob Jefferson, some random guy. All right. So free agency. I didn't even check to see who the top free agents of this draft class or this class is. Don't know. I guess we'll see. Once we simulate to it and get a couple days there. So we've done 3 years so far. We're going to do 2 more. 5 years per. Or maybe 1 more. I think we're only going to do 1 more. And then we'll pick it up in a couple days. See, I saw a lot of the comments saying, Kenny, we want part 2. See, I got to give it some time, baby. So y'all could be on the edge of your seats waiting for these. All right? So let's see. Kobe stays with the Lakers, of course, because it's Kobe. It seems like everybody's just resigning. That's trash. I want to see players moving, baby. Oh, Kyle Lowry moved, right? Was Kyle Lowry there? I don't remember if Kyle Lowry was there. No, he was in New Jersey, so he moved. And he's got Hall of Fame Lob City passer. The Clippers have LaMarcus Aldridge. Has he always been there? Yes, he has. So nobody's switching teams. That's super lame to me. All right, 1 more year. We're going to load in 2011. Kyrie, Kemba, Kawhi, Inez, Jonas Valanciunas, Klay Thompson. Oh, my God. Tobias Harris, Jimmy Butler. Oh, my God. Nick Vucevic. A lot of these players end up being all-stars at some point in their career. So this is a stacked year. Even Isaiah Thomas, who went 60th overall in real life, is now in here. Reggie Jackson, Chandler Parsons. This draft class is pretty good. Okay, so I'm just going to simulate the season. I'm going to see who ends up where, and we're going to call this the perfect draft class to end it on because it has so many hard hitters. Baron Davis wins another MVP. And it's not even like he's putting up crazy numbers. That Hornets team is just weird. I don't know. I don't understand it. Chris Paul wins 6th Man of the Year, which means that Russell Westbrook is now starting there. Did they make the playoffs? Find out on the next episode of Tim Duncan winning Defensive Player of the Year. Most improved went to DeMar DeRozan. Did they make the play? They didn't make the playoffs again, bro. How is it possible for a team to be that bad for that long? Oh my God, bro. It's really a struggle out here for them. And then you got Boogie now. Jesus Christ. All right, who did make the playoffs? Let's see. So that Hornets team makes the playoffs. Jason Terry, Gerald Wallace. I understand there's 2 Hornets teams. I understand that there's a Charlotte Hornets and New Orleans Hornets. We'll change that for the next video. Steph Curry and company. They make the playoffs. I say Steph Curry and company. It's still AI company. AI's 35 though, so he's getting up there. He may be retiring soon. But this team is very good, man. This team is a championship team, honestly. I need AI to get one. I know he ain't get one in real life. He needs to get one in this. All right, Derrick Rose and them makes playoffs. I'm rooting for Philly. And LeBron didn't make the playoffs again, by the way. Keep that in mind. But I'm rooted for Philly. They're down 3-2 to Derrick Rose. D Rose is ending that. Oh, ending the dream. I think it said AI was 37 or 38 or 36 or 37. So he may have one more year. He may have one more year before he officially retires. So maybe, just maybe, we can get him. Not we, because I'm not doing nothing. He can get one sooner. Or soon before he retires. So both of the Hornets teams are in the conference finals. The Eastern Conference Hornets are down to my Bulls 3-1. And the Bulls make the finals against that Hornets team that has, this is the Baron Davis led team. The Bulls won another championship. Michael Redd wins finals MVP. The Bulls have won 2 championships since we started this series, y'all. So Antoine Walker retires. Nobody very, very good retires. I'm glad. So next, go to the NBA draft lottery. oh my God, that Knicks team end up with the 5th pick this time. Good. You don't deserve the 1st pick. You've been messing up. Maybe this time y'all could take a freaking guy that's going. I don't know, man. They have drafted well. Don't get me wrong. It just hasn't translated to W somehow. They have to make some trades. And maybe in the next video, I'll take control of their team and do it myself. But until then, Kyrie Irving ends up in Cleveland again. Look at that. It's fate. There it is. Okay, so Kyrie Irving is in Cleveland. Next, the Utah Jazz, who LeBron James is getting Kawhi Leonard. Wow. LBJ and Kawhi together. Wow. In Utah, out of all places. Okay. The Minnesota Timberwolves, who are they going to end up with? They are going to get Jonas Valanciunas. That's an L if you ask me. Jonas Valanciunas is fine. Don't get me wrong. He's a cool player. But I'm pretty sure there's like superstar caliber guys left. I think. Maybe not. But I thought there were. I thought there were a couple guys other than Kyrie and Kawhi. I think they had Klay Thompson. I think they got Jimmy Butler. Yeah, Klay Thompson goes to Washington. You could have had Klay Thompson and not Jonas Valanciunas. Tripping. But Jimmy Butler can get drafted here. So they would have. Let's see who they take. Let's see who the Knicks take, man. Jesus Christ. The Knicks take Enes Kanter. Enes Kanter. Jesus Christ. That's a L of a Tristan Thompson. Kemba Walker was still on the board. He goes to the Clippers. So wait, it's going to be Kemba Walker, James Harden, and Paul George. Jeez. Jimmy Butler goes to the Hawks. Reggie Jackson goes to the Sonics. Vucevic goes to the Blazers. And that's all that really matters. Free agency. I don't know who's a free agent this year, but let's see. And then we're calling it a video. That'll be it. And then we'll load in the next draft class for the next video. I will go a little bit longer, but literally the camera's about to die. Restricted free agent Kevin Durant has 14 offers. He's the top guy in this draft class. And we'll see if he stays, but I'm pretty sure they have his rights, so they're going to match whatever Kevin Durant gets offered because it's Kevin Durant. LeBron stays, of course. Vince Carter stays. Al Jefferson stays. Kevin Durant stays. Amari Stoudemire. Everybody's staying. Everybody is staying. All right. So that's the end of today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to do this right now so I do not forget for the next video. I am going to go over and take control of the Knicks. All right. I just want to help them. I just want to help them, man. They got to figure this situation out. I just want to see what's out there for James Harden. I mean, not for James Harden, for Chris Paul. See what's out there for Russell Westbrook. I mean, this team is just, they should be a good team, man. They should. Chris Paul, Russell Westbrook, JJ Redick, and Dwayne Wade. They got Ralph Sweetney, who I don't know who he is. He's not a real guy. But, I mean, he's a high overall two-way wing. He doesn't score a lot. He averages 6 points a game. But they don't need him to score a lot. They got Dwayne Wade and Russell Westbrook and all those other guys. They got Ellis Baker. I don't know who this guy is either, but he's, 85. I'm just confused. I'm confused. But thank y'all so much. It's been Kenny. Peace.